So,
I'm ready.
Garrick, and
Yes.
now Gwenn. As you turn, you see this small forest gnome sitting at the table. Seem to have been reading some kind of book. He seems to be up there in age. He's got short, wavy, green hair, blue eyes. Seems to probably stand around 3 foot tall. Lean build, full green beard. And he just said, "I'll take some bacon." And he says,
Excellent. At least somebody appreciates my cooking.
"Mushrooms." And you turn back because you hear something. And you're looking next to the brick oven that you're cooking this bacon in. And you see mushrooms start to kind of sprout out between the cracks in the stone.
You can make mushrooms randomly out of thin air.
That'll do quite nicely.
I agree.
Do I hear this?
So yeah, do we hear any of this?
Roll perception check.
You know what? I like you. Who are you?
I think
Daddy one.
I like you. What is your name?
14.
you do hear talking in the kitchen as you guys are in the other room talking. We can discuss names whenever the rest of you get here. And from the front door kind of creaks open.
Here's a
And
door. What?
small little bluebirds start to fly in.
Like bluebirds?
Bluebirds. And they start to fly around the little entrance room. And they come up to each of you and kind of like snap down on kind of your hair and are like trying to flap you toward the kitchen.
Hey, okay, I'll go. Jesus.
What is this nonsense?
And you're kind of like batting it away.
Are you a Disney's princess?
Yeah.
I'm like, Stoica, what the hell is going on?
I have no idea.
Let's go in the kitchen and see what
Okay.
all the fuss is about.
Okay.
So you go walking in and you see the same sight, this small little forest gnome sitting at the table.
And just who are you exactly?
Well, it's nice to see you too, Mr. Wyvern Bender. Stoica.
Hi.
Mhm.
How you?
Garrick.
Well, now that I don't have to introduce myself.
How do you know my name?
And he doesn't get down from the chair. He stands on top of it
Mm-hmm.
and gives you kind of a curt bow.
Imagining this is a lazy boy.
I am the Seeking Keeper. And he like holds the bow and he like looks up.
And can I roll intelligence?
You can roll a history check.
Or history check.
What are you seeking?
History or religion.
Oh, I want to roll a religion check. I'm proficient in that.
A 5. No. Up.
Yep.
A 7.
Never heard of the Seeking Keeper.
21.
On religion or history?
Religion.
Religion. There is... So, since you did the religion way, you're mostly, you've learned of the Moon Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
But early on in your teachings, there's a little bit of knowledge that was given to all of the Moon Maiden's children about the creation of the world, about Ember's Reach, and the high spirits that still inhabit the world. And the name Seeking Keeper has come up once or twice, but mostly just a children's fairy tale.
It's not often I have a fairy tale visit me.
A fairy tale?
And he's like, fairy tales, sure.
I explained to him that, well, the Seekers are apparently some mystical beings. Were glossed over in my teachings, but not a lot was told about them.
So you're kind of a god?
Do I look like a god?
Not
Looks
really,
like
no.
He looks like a short man.
I approve.
Hey.
And his form goes a little translucent, kind of like green flowing along air as one of the windows opens, and his form kind of drifts up to the top of the table. Well, it's good to know that I guess teachings of the old spirits don't get taught very much anymore. At least you knew a modicum of what I was.
Oh.
Who I
It's
am.
Primarily the Moon Maiden. They teach me about, moon stuff and...
So,
As I said, I'm the Seeking Keeper, and it is nice to finally meet you all.
Yep.
well, it's nice to meet you.
Why do you need
But-
to meet us?
What is a high spirit doing or want with us?
I'm hungry.
Can I roll insight on him?
For
Let's
what?
To
feed
see
him.
if he has like any malicious intent towards
Sure,
us?
sure.
8.
Seems like a
Hungry
little
gnome.
solemn, hungry gnome. Yeah.
Well, the bacon's almost done, I think.
And you see, and you look over, and as you say that, there seems to have been kind of a bright green root that's grown out from one of the cracks in the stone and is wrapped around the handle of the pan and has turned it out towards you.
Well, I could have done that. Thank you, though. I grabbed the handle and I. Do we have plates?
There is plates.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
start putting them
cupboard
on
doors are
plates.
opening, and the birds are flying over, grabbing plates and kind of trying to get them over to the table. Many of them fall and
And I
break.
I try to like run and catch him real quick.
Sure. You managed to catch a few, but go ahead and roll a dexterity check. See if you can manage to get them all.
Something I'm well.
My bacon!
Can I assist?
Ooh,
Sure.
18.
You can roll a dexterity check too.
18.
You come over and you grab 2 that were falling.
This next
I'm watching everything.
Wait, +1. Yes.
16.
You grab the other 2 that were falling. And you bring them over to the table. The forest gnome just kind of goes down Indian style, sitting in the middle of the table. And it seems that like there are birds and roots kind of coming out of places and things that are grabbing food and stuff out of the pantry and bringing it over to the table. You start to see like large beetles coming out of places, and one's dragging like a like a couple day old loaf of bread over toward it, and everything's just kind of making its way. Little colony of caterpillars has some spices and
I'm
things on
kinda
top
like-
of it.
You are a Disney princess.
So,
A creepy Disney princess.
you control nature?
I'm just hungry. These
Looks
are my
like it.
friends.
Yeah.
What I know
Got a
what
lot
a
of
druid
friends.
is.
You can roll an intelligence check. It'd be hard.
Can you get me a friend that I can keep? Can I keep a
Damn.
friend?
6.
Yeah, you have no idea what a druid is. And he just starts to eat loudly. This is really good. Good bacon.
Thank you. I put garlic salt on it. There's one thing they taught me in the Moo Maiden is how to cook.
It's very delicious. Very delicious.
I know.
He'll put it on macaroni too if you don't watch him.
It's delicious.
And he just starts to eat. And eat. And eat. And you guys are literally just kind of, if you want to eat, you can, but he's going pretty hard. He seems very hungry.
I'm gonna start making sausage.
Sausage?
Yeah.
Sure. So you start making sausage, adding to the piles of things that are being cooked. Yeah. Yeah, the roots over next to the hearth have started to fry eggs at this point. Yeah.
I slap one of the roofs. No! You need more garlic.
It like wilts away, saddened.
Be nice to the
I
roots.
pet it and I'm like, I'm sorry.
And it's kind of like,
it's an honest
it's moving
mistake.
kind of like it was
It's an honest mistake.
Just it's the root seems understanding.
I'm like, this doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, I'm a cleric, dude. I've seen some shit.
And he finally seems to get his fill. It's a nice day. Nice day in Grayhalt.
Very
Went
nice.
through
Do we like
36.
nice days in Grayhalt?
Yeah.
You went
Yeah.
through 36 slices of bacon there.
I was hungry. Gotta save some for later.
Where? Where does it go? You are 3 feet tall.
And you watch as he walks to the side of the table and kind of just hops off. Goes a couple feet and turns towards you. as you were slowly chewing on some food. That was great. Well, we have things to see.
You have all of our
Yeah,
names. What is yours? We fed
yeah.
you
And
bacon.
he walks out of the kitchen.
Oh,
Okay,
God
I
damn it.
follow. I follow. What?
Bless the
He's
Moon
kind of
Maiden.
skipping about.
What
There's
kind
little
of
bugs and
nonsense is
caterpillars
going
and-
I
on
don't know.
right
Just
here?
follow the man.
And it seems like flowers are kind of perching up out of the floorboards.
He
everywhere
ate
he
half
walks.
of our supply of bacon. We gotta
He
go
goes
get him.
walking up the stairs.
All right.
What are you gonna do? Go and get the bacon out of him?
Revenge.
Waves his hands when he gets to the second level. A small kind of attic set of stairs folds down
Fuck
from
it,
the
I'm
top.
going first. I'm following up.
And he's kind of like, oh, fine. And you start going up. What it leads to is kind of a top balcony on this house.
Oh, nice.
I guess I follow. I'm kind of like, what in the hell is going on here?
So, you guys get to the top. He goes over and climbs his way up on the perch, the little overhang, facing you all.
So what are we seeing exactly?
Excuse me. Well, it's up to you. Are you capable of seeing?
I mean,
Or are you not capable of seeing past your drinks, young Stoica?
yeah.
Or are you, beyond your lovely affairs, your hatred of men, and your passion for the Moon Maiden?
The Moon Maiden's nice.
She's alright.
I hate men.
No, not men particularly, the men of Grayhalt. The ones that have cast your family out, yeah. Not just like the land of men, you know is what I'm saying. Men and women. Bureaucrats.
Oh, so she would hate me then.
Humans.
She seems pretty
tolerating it.
understanding, tolerating, yeah.
You're paying me.
That is true. Anyway, as he was saying, 4 diverse individuals, all of which I have seen many times. He kind of waves out toward the back, off the balcony. You see people walking below, but none of them seem to notice you. And this kind of wave of green energy kind of floats around the air, and it solidifies into that of kind of a round, elongated, jagged mirror.
You
Well,
want us to look at the mirror?
I mean, if you want.
Sure, I'll give it a shot. And
You walk up to the mirror?
Yeah.
So, as you walk up to the mirror, Stoica, and begin to gaze in, you see yourself, but from a first-person kind of view as you look down, and you see your hands, and you're holding an interesting key. Do-do-do. You're running through tunnels.
Oh.
Deep beneath somewhere. There's people behind you, voices, some familiar. But you can't quite, it's almost like deja vu. And you're leading this group of individuals, these people, humanoids of all kinds, in these kind of wavy clothing. Very loose fitting, similarly armed like you are, and you're making haste. You get to the end and there's this stone, it's a stone wall. Excuse you. But what you see is a small keyhole, and you insert the key that you're holding and you turn it, and the wall pushes in and then opens. And you see the interior of Grayhalt Castle. But then you hear, and as you are watching, and you almost feel it, this sharp pain through the back and then out your chest, and you look down and there's a blade protruding, and the vision fades.
Oh my god, what was that?
Did we see what happened to him while he was looking in the mirror?
You guys didn't see anything, just the mirror, just your faces, but you saw all of that.
Oh boy. Whew. Okay.
Does anybody else start looking?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Like deeply?
Yeah.
Be careful.
So you step back,
I look at
Cameron,
the gnome and I'm
you
like,
step up, and he's just smiling, but like seriously.
What's with the mirror?
Look into the mirror.
Just gonna see myself.
You just need to check your hair.
It's beautiful.
It is. Camren, as you gaze into the mirror, you kind of fade into a vision of your own, and You're in the middle of the Black Hall, and Ilsara is below you. There are dark-skinned humanoid creatures all about. Battle is taking place. Ilsara lay breathing heavily, a horrible gash throughout the top of her torso down to her stomach, and you are weeping, standing next to her as, you know, servants, Glar, militiamen are fighting these creatures. But a light, kind of this radiant light, starts to emerge in your vision, this creature of just radiant energy. You start to count the arms, and you see 8, all holding steel of some kind, scimitar, sword, daggers. But his face is covered in this almost like a wet bandage, a bloody wet bandage. And the last thing you see as he pulls it away is just a bright flash of light and then intense pain. And then you come back to reality.
What in the hell was that?
It was bad, wasn't it?
And then Garrick, you start checking your hair out in the mirror. And yours as well, your vision starts to coalesce with that of the mirror, and you're atop the Moon Maiden's tower. You are healing the High Priest best that you can, the warriors of the Moon Maiden. There's this shadowy black figure in the sky, massive, flying around, throwing down just carnage on the tower, and seeming to be fed up with the rebellion of the priests. It collides with the tower, and the last thing you see is the ground coming quick, close, and then blackness. And then Gwenn, you have to look up to the mirror.
Yeah, I do.
But you are looking, and familiar lands, the Bright Spring Mountains, back at home with the clans. You see your chieftain swinging around his enormous silver and gold hammer into these black creatures, these dark-skinned individuals, and they are slaughtering your people. But then they begin to retreat. The dwarves of the obsidian pushing back these things, these monsters. But then the ground begins to shift, and almost from a hawk's perspective, your vision pulls away as you watch the mountains crumble. And your vision ends.
What was
Then-
the meaning of these visions?
And as you say that, you all see a glow from the mirror, this time. And you see longboats. Foreign humanoids, dark-skinned, rowing. But they're misshapen. Their features are elongated. But then kind of towering above the ones that are rowing, throwing out orders, you would assume, in some kind of guttural language. You know, they fade in to their surroundings. Wherever they're standing or walking by, it's almost like a chameleon effect, right? But the river looks familiar. And then the scene kind of progresses quickly to that of where the river widens out before the castle, and these men and women, these creatures, they are throwing elemental powers toward Castle Grayhalt. Seems to be an assault of some kind. And the mirror begins to fade. Almost as if it's overtaken by thick ice, and then it breaks away, floating away on the wind this day.
These visions that you show us, what do they mean?
I think we're gonna get attacked.
You saw the strange dark ones coming too, then.
No, I was running down a hallway and I got stabbed in the back.
I fell off my tower.
Oh,
My people were fighting dark beings.
Lady Ilsara died at my feet.
From
All things that will come to be within the year. Because you four go your separate ways. Tomorrow, actually.
So you're
go
saying
to where?
Your own path. A different path. There are many paths that we all can take. worlds converging, Ember's children talking to one another or leaving each other's presence. The strands of time, they mix. But this vision, the one that I shared with you all in the end, will come. Because, as it is now, you part ways.
I speak deep speech. Did I understand them?
No. Unfortunately not.
Well,
So we split up, then convert back in a year, or just split up?
In the way that things are, you do split up on the morrow. Just going your separate ways, not becoming true friends. You all are so diverse. A man of high regard, a man of the Moon Maiden, dwarf of the Obsidian, and one that falls back into his love of drink.
So it's more of a warning than a sort of anything else.
I have combed over the timeline. Those like me,
That's illegal.
the spirits of the region,
Not allowed to do that.
we've seen this force come. And what you need to know is that this is just a foothold. Grayhalt is just a foothold for what this force is. It is but a whisper. I am the Seeking Keeper. My brother and sister are the Grey Cook and Old Wrath. And Whisper is our fourth kin. And he does come.
So it's your own kind is coming. More or less.
More or less.
but why are we fighting?
To not die.
For your life.
So your kind's
the
gonna
vision.
kill us, more or less?
I can't exactly tell everything to you because I'm not allowed to warp the timeline.
Illegal.
I have this moment of which I can intercede. It's what I've been granted. A gift, you could say. And I can't tell you what they are, what is coming. I can't tell you what to do. But what I can tell you is that if you don't remain together and become strong, that the events that you all shared, that you saw in the mirror, in the end, they will come to pass. And Grayhalt will fall. And so will the rest of the land. The rest of the region of Gilgalad. And it will remake this world again. And the cycle will restart again.
So this has happened before.
Many times. Over and over. And for some reason, you stubborn assholes just can't get along long enough to stop it. I don't know why they've chosen you. You four. So different you all are. But you always seem to fuck it up.
So don't fuck it up this time, you're saying?
What are we not supposed to fuck up? I'm really confused.
We have to work together.
We've
And
been doing that.
He pulls out a stopwatch and he begins to look at it.
What the fuck is that?
These are common.
Okay. That's a new
This
stopwatch.
would be the 782nd time.
Oh.
Let's not make it
780.
783.
He's obviously tired of watching the story.
I would too, honestly.
Do we always make the same decisions? Is this the first time you've actually came to us?
It's not us every time.
Well, it's different
Yeah, it
people.
is.
Yeah, the way he said it, it is.
He's just kind of like... he seems to not be able to say everything.
Can you at least say your name?
They said Seeking Keeper.
That's not a name, that's a title.
If I'm being honest, I don't remember my name.
You're old then.
I am what Ember has granted my name to be, the Seeking Keeper.
And is Ember your high god?
Can I roll history check on Ember?
Well, it's common knowledge. It is said that Ember is the one that created Ember's Reach.
I say it to my full friend.
The High God.
Ember is the one who created Ember's Reach. He is the high god, the creator of us all.
Ember created Ember took the world from his plane of existence, because he was powerful enough to do so, And he made the spirits that made the humanoids and made the world. So, made the world what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the spirits are Ember's children. And you are, in turn, Ember's children as well. But, the gnome begins to say, I cannot tell you the steps that are needed to prevent what comes. But know that Grayhalt is just the first stop. Whisper's eventual fury upon the realms of Ember's children. It will happen. Unless you assholes actually stick together this time. I've said this quite many times and it never works, but maybe this time it will. But, and Mr. Passive Perception.
20.
You notice shimmering energy around the gnome, almost like the edges of his features are beginning to fade. The more that he speaks. When he pauses, it re-solidifies, but as the further that he speaks, it starts to go away.
You're not allowed to tell us much more.
You know, it would be a shame if those that travel into Pastor's Hollow keep going missing and are not around to help when the time comes.
It would be quite a shame, that is
And
true.
he gives you a wry smile.
That's a wry smile if I've ever seen one.
And he claps.
And he's gone.
And blinding light, followed by the sound of thunder on this perch. You are all blinded. But then it fades. And he's gone. And you see flying away in the distance, Mr. Garrick, a hawk on the wind.
He turned into a hawk.
No, I didn't.
But you see the hawk.
Garrick, my boy, we got more pressing things to talk about.
What was that place he
Yes.
mentioned?
Pastor's Hollow.
Pastor's Hollow.
Could I roll?
When you would definitely, you guys all know.
Oh.
You guys all know.
Yeah.
So, there is Castle Grayhalt.
Mm-hmm.
There's the trade road that runs south and then to the west. There's a bridge that was built by the dwarves that crosses the river Nilthar along the trade road south, probably about an hour or two from where you are now. If you were to take that bridge, you would come to the edge of what is known as Pastor's Hollow, which is just a forest. It's what you would traverse to go home. You travel through the forest to the base of the Bright Spring Mountains and travel up it. But, Mrs. Gwenn, you've made this trip a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Talithor know the right ways to go. Because what you've noticed, is that Pastor's Hollow has become decrepit. A lot of the trees and things are starting to rot for whatever reason. The terrain is becoming almost impassable toward the center, kind of the heart of the hollow. So you guys kind of traverse around the south side. But none of you have really heard anything that's been happening as of yet. No word or stories or anything has come from Pastor's Hollow, not that you've heard. So, but yeah, it's just a forest to the east of Castle Grayhalt.
How far away?
You could probably get to the edge in probably about. It depends. If you're gonna walk, you could probably get there in a day. You take a horse, you probably get there in
Half day.
probably 8 to 10 hours, maybe.
Well,
Like if you were to walk, you'd have to travel a little bit, probably make it close to the bridge. Well, no, you'd make it way past the bridge.
Mhm.
You'd get over the bridge, close to it, probably have to camp, get there the next day. So
either way, we can't run off and do this now. He's got important. He's got to
It's
get beat.
D&D, man. We can do anything we want.
He's
Yeah.
got to get beat up by the king.
Well, the gnome told us not to follow the paths that were laid out before us. I was tasked to return to my tower.
True.
I don't have a task.
You should have a task.
To return to
I
my
was
people.
tasked to be the king's advisor.
If you weren't here with us, where would you go?
I'd still be with my buddy over there, and we'd be like dwarving it up.
Talithor?
You'd head back to
Yeah.
your people then.
No, I took my people here. We're not going back to them. We're just bodyguarding
One
people.
second, I'm going to use the restroom. I'll come back and talk to you in a second.
I'm a taxi service, dog.
So,
So we go tonight. Then when we come back, we tell the king that we've had some information given to us. He's not going to believe us.
Nobody believes
He would
us.
believe me.
He would believe you.
Gwen, roll for me a perception check as you're kind of looking out upon the city streets below. Was that a natty one?
No, that's actually a 7.
Oh, okay.
My one's right here. They're
Yeah, no,
really
it does
close.
look quite different.
Perception?
Yes.
10.
10. You notice that you notice a familiar figure, that of Talathor. And you start to hear his call. And he's just, Gwen, 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 Gwen. And he's just walking through the street, yelling your name.
I'm gonna yell, the beer's gone, again from the rooftop.
Beer's gone.
Talathor looks up in your guys' direction and just smiles, his eyes having to open a little bit further than what they usually do, squinting against the sunlight. Gwen. We need to talk, Gwen. Word from the clan.
Okay, come inside.
And he goes up to the door, but it's locked.
What? Darn it, I have to go downstairs.
Gwen,
Fine.
the door's locked.
I walk down there and I open the door.
Thank you, Master Camren.
No problem, Talathor.
Gwen, we have things to discuss, but away from these. No offense to you all. It's just private business, understand?
Wow.
Garrick, you dropped something.
I did.
Was it your vape?
It was.
He's
It was my pipe that I never smoked.
he's scared to
And
look.
he grabs you by the arm, Gwen. He's like pulling you out of the house.
I'll
Just
go.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Do you?
Yeah.
He just pulls you a few feet away, and he talks loud. So you guys, if you wanted to listen, you could.
I
I
want
can
to
hear everything.
Yeah.
So he pulls you to the side, and he's trying to whisper, but
It's
he's
down
dwarf.
for.
and he smells of ale. Reynold, Silverthumb. 3 days. He's coming. Reynold Silverthumb is the chief of the Obsidian.
For what reason?
Papers. Coming
Land.
to protest to the king. Get land papers. Yeah, so we can build our own city. Huh?
Silver what?
It's Reynold Silverthumb. I just got the word this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Quite exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah. You think you can talk to that Camren guy, see if he can get the king in a good mood? Maybe we can
Mm,
finally build our own city. Get out of
Man.
the fucking mountains.
I think he's like grounded from the king or something. He's been banished for the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
regardless, Silverthumb's supposed to show up about the time the other lesser lords do, so Silverthumb can make his claim to the council, and maybe we can get our papers finally. Since we
Okay.
built this fucking city, finally build our own.
We built this city.
Things go well. Are you interested in returning home?
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
As I'm writing a letter explaining why we're leaving,
Okay. Uh-huh. And?
and I sign my name on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting for their conversation to end.
He pats you on the shoulder. He looks really excited, knowing that his chief is coming. Well, we'll talk later. Just wanted you to know.
Talathor, old friend, I have a request of you, if you would.
Yes?
Would you kindly hand this letter?
5 gold.
I'll give you 10.
25.
He said 10. And you said 5 originally.
5 gold.
Shit. Sure. Where am I taking it?
Take it to the castle. Get a hold of Cosgrove.
I'll leave it at the front and tell him it's for Cosgrove.
No. Listen carefully, Talathor, because this is important.
You know they just don't let dwarves inside the castle, right? You can probably get to one of the guards. You do know this. They wouldn't just let him in there.
Okay, never mind.
He could get it to a guard that could in turn get it to who you wanted it to.
Well,
Okay.
I can't get in the castle either. They don't like the church too much anymore.
Hand
No, no.
this to one of the god at the castle. Tell them that this needs to be delivered to the king and to the king alone.
Do you trust the god?
You'll put your stamp on it, correct?
Yeah.
So if it was to be tampered with before it got to where it was supposed to go, you being the advisor, and before that the high servant, it'd be bad. So you have faith in it. You have no quarrels with any of the militia, as far as you know.
Okay.
The only one that may be shady would be Cosgrove.
So I'd say no. I'm thinking about like no, Cosgrove wouldn't.
You got it. Take it right away. And he's like holding out his hand.
And then I hand it to him.
Thank you. And he goes hobbling down the street.
So we leave now and get back before, all the servants get back and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the note, I just put somebody came to us. How would I spin this?
You tell me. What would you like to say?
The group wanted to investigate a rumor about people going missing,
Sure.
and I decided to oversee this to make sure they didn't get in trouble.
Sure. Okay.
I'm lying to the king again, but oh well.
Okay.
He knows all
So
right.
you send
Hey,
that
they
off.
should have fucking
It's
his life
it's
in
about
his
noon right now.
Yeah.
Saturday noon. So what's the plan, guys? What's the plan?
Can we get a hold of horses?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
You got kind of like Capital One.
Black card.
The black card.
We got a black card.
Yeah.
You could technically
The king's
just get
gold,
3
man.
horses.
We don't need the king's gold. We need the
All the
word,
king's
that's it.
gold and all the king's horses. We'll never come back again. Just kidding. Josh, could you scoot up just a little bit for me, bud?
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Thank you, sir. So what's the plan? It's noon.
Get horses. Get close to there. Then camp out for the night. We need provisions. We need shit. God damn it.
Your dog, by the way, Whiskey, is in your room at the Round Troll.
I didn't get my dog.
You didn't tell me you were bringing her with you.
Fuck. I really like. Fuck my dog. I gotta get my dog. Get provisions. Get horses. I'll meet you somewhere.
You are the worst. Where? Where are you meeting?
I don't know.
You are the worst animal caretaker I've ever
I'm
seen.
sorry.
Let us
The DM
meet at-
gave you a dog and you left him in the fucking tavern.
Oh man.
Let us meet at the gate.
Okay, me at the gate where we first met. Okay, cool. Go on. I'm running.
How dare you? All right, so you're going off to
Imagine
get
if
whiskey,
you-
correct?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to go to the local goods store
Sure.
and collect
Versus
provisions.
oddities. So go ahead and write up a list real quick of what you'll be needing. So I'm just curious because for reasons. Stoica,
Yes.
you take off toward the Round Troll, and it's in sight, and you're running. I want you to roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
What would we need? I put 5 days rations, so
Do we do health potions in
No,
this
you're
one?
gonna need 40 days rations.
11.
between the 4 of us.
11. You are tackled from the side, hit hard, go rolling to the ground, and someone has you in kind of
40
like a
days
rear naked
rations?
choke, but
5, 10,
playfully
20 days rations.
oh.
smacks your face,
Unless you
Yes.
want 10 days
Nice to see you.
rations.
pushes you away.
Zerla.
You turn over and you see. I got Zerla here.
That comes
So
with
what
all
you
of our
see
adventurous stuff, we shouldn't need.
Well, I think that's
is
what
she's about a 5'5" human
adventurous
female,
things.
early 30s, long braided red hair, fair skin. She's wearing red and silver boots that come up about knee high, black pants, flowing orange and white shirt with short sleeves, and it seems like she dropped the quarterstaff that she had in her hands as she was running up to you and tackling your ass. But she stands up, she's brushing the dirt off, and she kind of punches you. You look really good.
Yeah, I don't look like shit anymore.
You still smell like whiskey. By the way, where is whiskey?
In the tavern, I forgot him
You
here.
hear like a low dog cry from the window up in the tavern.
Up there.
Kind of.
I'm coming,
Oh,
boy.
yeah, the windows. My fucking dog does that when I come home. He jumps on there. He looks at me. Hey,
That's what Whiskey's
home.
doing. Whiskey just saw Zerla, so is Whiskey a boy or a girl?
Boy.
He's excited. Do you run up and get Whiskey?
Yes.
Sure. So you run up and get Whiskey. Zerla waits outside. You did notice that there was this kind of similar clothing. This big, hulking human man, kind of 10 or 15 feet back from her, just kind of arms crossed,
Yeah.
giving you the stink eye. But you run up and get Whiskey. Come back down. Whiskey runs up to Zerla. She gets down on her knees, starts playing with him. So how are things?
Well, I was bodyguarding the queen. I guess it's on hold or something for now.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear the queen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of looking around.
You don't have to
Yeah.
say anymore, yeah.
You were in the castle when it happened?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
There was something.
Did you get fired?
I don't know. I'm still getting paid. I'm just not allowed in the castle for now.
How much you drinking these days? Stoica?
This bratty kid gave me a mead. That's about it. That's
Blaming it on kids now, huh?
I'm not bratty.
That's up for debate.
I'm not bratty at all.
And you notice the big guy. He starts walking up, and Zerla stands, and this big human man. He's got kind of a thick, kind of block chin, short black hair. His nose is a little crooked. He's got scars on his shoulders, but he kind of comes up, puts his arm around Zerla. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is Davian Lillard."
Nice to meet you, Davian.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, and she kind of shrugs off him a little bit. So you've been well.
Well, so far.
Have you seen Hurley? Hurley was Hirli. Hurley was she's a gnome woman, older. She trained alongside you whenever Zerla was kind of teaching you your fighting style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Hurley?
I haven't. What's going on?
She came to me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago with this book, talking about. It was just odd. It was some fairy tales, dark stories. She went running off. I just didn't know if you've seen her around town.
Do you know which direction she was heading?
Apparently out of Pastor's Hollow.
Really?
Yeah. She's obsessed with the hollow tree. I don't know why.
It's a hollow tree.
It's something about 5 twigs pulled from the hollow tree. She's almost like dark, spooky, old wizardy stuff, you know?
Like a really bad.
She
scary
said it was
story.
going to make her a better fighter, and I told her that if she'd just allow me to keep kicking her ass into shape, she'd do fine, but
Your ass kickings do wonders.
that
to
they
people.
do, and she punches you again. Anyway, if you see Hurley, if you see Hurley, if you could point her in her direction, are you leaving? You came back from your room kind of with your pack.
Yeah.
That's
We're actually heading out to the hollow. We've heard some stories about people missing out there. We're gonna go check it out.
That's odd.
Really
You're going
odd.
to Pastor's Hollow.
Yeah.
Might be a good thing if you see her out there wandering around the forest. If you could send her back, that'd be great.
I will.
And she kind of leans in conspiratorially.
Yeah.
We found a home,
Really?
place
Wow.
for those like us.
Awesome.
Flock has gotten big. There's, I think, 18 of us now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
I can't tell you out here, but come back whenever you come back. Find me. I'll be around town.
Oh, okay. I'll look for you.
And the Davian
Yeah.
is kind of he hears this and he's just kind of like rolling his eyes. He doesn't seem very impressed with you. Is what you're getting. But yes, but she hits you again. Well, yeah, like I said, if you see Hurley, just send her our way. If you come back with her, she can show you where we're staying.
Okay, I will do that.
Well, later.
Yep, later. Good seeing you.
Yep.
And I'd walk away.
Mhm. Yep, you go heading off toward the gate. Gwenn, was there anything that you wanted to do before you guys left?
Adventures packs, 10-day rations are included. Sorry, I won't need that.
I don't really think so.
Okay. So, what's your list that you go and you get from Gerses?
Do you want to include horses and stuff on this list?
No. No. You do not have to do that.
4 adventures packs.
Okay.
100 feet of rope.
Okay.
10-foot pole.
It is useful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so far you can get all this at Gerses. Anything else?
Wand of magic missiles.
Alchemy fire.
4 cloaks.
Okay, travel cloaks. Okay. So pretty much just basic stuff. Okay. I was just curious.
I'd
what
say
you
'cause
were-
this is a low magic
This
world.
is all documented. Everything that you get. Because you're paying with your
Black
Capital
card.
One Grayhalt card.
The Grayhalt card.
Not a sponsor, by the way. So yeah, I'm just curious.
I would say 'cause health potions wouldn't exist.
Health potions are a thing.
Oh.
Mhm.
Can we get 4 minor potions of healing?
That wouldn't be too hard to get. You would have to where
Pay
would
out
you
of
have to
pocket.
go for that? You'd have to go to Fator's alchemy shop. So you could with not going over kind of your daily allowance, you could get 4. Yeah.
Okay.
4 healing potions. That wouldn't be hard. So, Fator, by the way, is a heavy-set male human. Parted brown hair, wears large spectacles, wears okay clothing, but he has this like really large mole on the side of his cheek that's just really hard not to stare at.
I walk in and I go, well, hello.
Mole, 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 mole.
Oh,
What's his name? Fator?
Fator.
Fat mole?
Yep. So yeah, no problem getting that. If you go to the stables, which is actually there's a stables set up at the southwest gate, along with a stable that you could get horses from at Ragna's as well. So,
Once was I here?
are you getting what exactly? Are you wanting horses for each person? Are you wanting to do like a wagon, 2-horse wagon, or what exactly? Does thou want a wagon or just some horses?
Wyler, man.
Oh, let us get a wagon.
Okay. So you get a wagon, 2 horses, horse food, some grain, oats, lovely oats. Yep.
Now, are these completely organic?
Nope. Just kidding. So you guys, you're meeting at the gate, loading up your stuff. Anything else you'd like to do before you leave Grayhalt?
So, my old mentor, well, my mentor, has a boyfriend now. Kind of a dick.
Ex-lovers are a pain, I can tell you that much.
Oh no,
Sounds jealous.
no, she's a nice lady. It's just he's and then
While they're
he said-
talking, I want to sneak away and go to Poth's.
Go to Potts? Sure. Roll stealth check. If you're trying to get away sneakily.
I am. Natural 20 plus 4.
Yeah, none of you guys have 24 passive perception?
Nope.
Yeah, you get away. You ask around looking for Poth's home, and eventually you find it. It's kind of a rundown old house, but it works. The kind of the front porch, 2 of the boards, like right when you get up, are sunken down, pretty bad. You kind of step over them, and then you get to the front door.
And I just knock on it.
As you hit it, it kind of like bows in a little bit, and you hear, "Come and come and come." Pulls open the door. "Oh, nephew, come on in."
I come in and I shut the door behind me.
And it's very much a kind of single room living setup.
So you got a loft.
It does very nice, I think.
I was just coming to tell you that I'm going to be leaving town for a little while.
Hopefully not to go back to the tower.
No.
Well, thank the Moon Maiden for that.
Right. I'm not really a fan of who taught me about the Moon Maiden anymore.
Well, you take after your uncle, not your parents. They're nice people.
I don't follow the clerics there. I follow the Moon Maiden. I don't believe that they're on the right path.
Take it from an old man, I just, looking at what just happened, I think it might do you well to stay as far away from the church and the inner workings as you can, don't you think? I mean...
Speaking of that, we're going to be heading to a pastor's hollow here.
Are you going out to see the dwarves, or you just going sightseeing in the woods?
We were,
It's not safe, Garrick.
Well, that's what
You ever been to Pastor's Hollow in your teachings?
No, but this is what a traveler does. He travels.
That is true. And I'm not going to stop a young man from traveling. You have an interesting band of friends as well. I'm glad to see you making friends. Is it hard? Is it going well?
No, somebody paid them and they were my friends. Why are you laughing? That's how it happened.
I know.
It's just so sad. Oh,
The only friends I make are through money.
now,
That's right, buddy. Time's running out. Start paying up.
now, Garrick, I'm sure that's not exactly how it played out. I mean,
Well, of course they like me.
I'll
but they
give you a
didn't-
hug for
I mean,
5 cents.
if they didn't, I mean, how much gold we talking?
Well, they only make 15 a week.
Well, it's just 15 gold. I mean, I wouldn't put up with you 15 gold if I didn't like you.
Right.
You know, and I'd need at least, I don't know, 55, 56. Anyway, I mean, they seem nice. And
Does that one gold really make such a difference?
And that dwarf, it's nice that even though you came up in the Tower of the Moon Maiden, that you're not aggressive toward their like.
Why
Yeah,
would
you
I
know?
be?
Well,
Moon Maiden doesn't give a shit. Why should I?
You were there. I mean, they don't seem. No one around here really seems nice toward them.
Right. So why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you.
But as I said, if you're going out to Pastor's Hollow, there's been some weird tales. I do a lot of traveling up and down the river. As of late, it seems to be my most recent working adventure, we will say. And yeah, I mean, people have been gone missing. Some of the deliveries that I've took, I've passed some people coming back, and I just be careful. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Seems to be trying to dad, but not doing a really good job.
Speaking of that, how are Mom and Pop?
They're fine.
I want to roll insight.
Sure. 14.
23.
Yeah, he's lying. But you don't know.
What's wrong?
Yeah, you don't know if something's wrong or if he just doesn't know.
Do you not know, or is something wrong?
I mean, you know, we kind of. Yeah, we kind
They're
of.
upset at you. Aren't
We
they?
had a falling out. You see.
What did you do?
I got in a bit of trouble. I asked for some gold, and I may not have ever paid it back or went and saw your parents since.
Did you borrow money from my father?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand there with my arms crossed like this.
Listen, I mean, man gotta eat, and I mean, they're pretty well off, but you know how he is. He just not very happy if you don't follow through with something that you say that you're gonna do.
How much do you owe him?
Round about 300. Ooh. Yeah.
And what did you borrow it for? That's an obscene amount of money.
Listen, you know, I just got in a little bit of trouble was all, and had to pay my employer.
Your employer doesn't sound like somebody who would forgive. Why are you paying
Well,
your
he's-
employer? Shouldn't he
So
pay
that
you?
employer's kind of dead now. And I moved on. Listen, I've moved on, and you know, no reason to bring the other Carters into this. You know, I mean, they probably think I'm dead by now anyway.
My parents think you're dead.
I mean, you know, if you're dead, then they don't come asking for their money back.
Path. Uncle.
I like this guy.
I like this guy.
This is dishonest.
Yeah, you're right.
What would you think Salune would say about this?
You know, she loves all her children. And I pray to the moon maiden every night to ask for forgiveness for my wrong ways.
There's no repentance for this forgiveness, though.
You know, karma's a bitch. Grabs his knee.
I can try to fix that.
No, it's fine. Like I said, it really works sometimes. You know, people help me up and down the street, throw some coin at me every now and then.
Let me give you a proposition.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna know that I fixed your leg.
That's true.
And you could still walk with the cane and act and not feel the pain.
Fine. I guess.
Alright, I'm gonna try to cast Cure Wounds on his
Sure.
legs.
Sure.
No persuasion roll or anything, huh?
No, he seems to be letting you do it.
Alright.
So go ahead and is this just a level 1 cure wounds?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
You want the... Let's see that as...
Was it? Is it die?
One
modifier?
die 8!
1 die 8 and is it your mod on top of
Yeah,
it?
plus my spell mod, so it's
Yeah.
1 die 8 plus 3. 7 plus 3 is 10.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a medicine check. So he kind of pulls his pants up, and you're looking at it, and it's kind of gnarled looking, but
16 for medicine.
so you do your spell, and you force the healing energy into his leg. With that medicine check, probably a couple more treatments would get it worked out a little bit more. It seemed to have been badly damaged in whatever happened.
What happened to your leg?
Fell down, I don't know. Fell off a boat, I think.
Insight.
Sure.
A 15.
Ooh. Yeah, he's lying.
If you fell off a boat, you fell into water. What happened to your leg?
I mean, I did fall
To...
on the ground.
From...
Push.
By...
Bye.
My previous employer.
Whom is...
Dead.
I'm really concerned for you right now. What the fuck did you get into in the last 12 years?
I mean, listen. Man got to eat. You know? I mean... like I said, he's dead now, and I got a new boss, and he's quite nice.
I'm still kneeling by his leg, and I'm gonna stand up, and after I stand, I'm gonna slap him on the knee. All right.
His so he jolts like he thinks it's gonna be very painful, but he realizes that not as bad, and he looks down at it in the back of you. That actually feels all right.
Yeah, I didn't heal it all the way.
Much better.
So I didn't heal it all the way, so you could still act like it hurts.
I will
But-
do that. I will continue to limp because that is the honorable thing
Right.
to do.
Right. So
It just would not be kind if one of the travelers like yourself, healed no man, you start walking up down the street all healed and stuff, and might make people jealous.
well, I only have so much healing to go around anyway, so
Well, you did good.
I'm only level 2. But
I'm only level 2. Well, if you're heading out, just, like I said, just be careful. A lot of crazy stuff happening. I actually, and he looks over at the window, looking at trying to gauge the time of day. I have to get down to the dock anyway. I gotta take a boat out to Holland. Yeah.
for your new employer that you pay?
I mean, he pays me. He's a lot nicer than the old one. Carries around a hatchet, though. I think he's trying to look tough. I think it's because he's small. He's a halfling. Maybe he just likes to cook. I don't know.
Do I know anybody who carries around a hatchet?
Not being from Grayhalt. Roll for me. Roll for me. Just give me a history check. Seeing if maybe you've heard anything.
Natural 20.
Didn't you tell us already?
Ha. Okay. So interesting. So you've spent a couple days in the Round Troll. You've heard of some of the river merchants. One of them goes by the name of Tommy the Hatchet. Small halfling. Yep. Rumored to probably be the smuggling type. Got caught for it once or twice, but now seems to be on the up and up.
You're not talking about Tommy, are you?
When the fuck do you get so smart?
Since I rolled natural 20.
Now listen, he's a nice little halfling man and pays me quite well. So, but anyway, like I said, I have to get to work and yeah. So, it's been great seeing you. Please don't tell your parents that I'm alive just yet. Maybe when you come back, we'll go see him and work it out.
Well, if
I'm gonna need a lot more healing if your daddy knows that I'm alive, because he's gonna beat the shit out of me.
you can take him.
Probably. I am old, but
He's
probably.
a lot of talk. As much as he yelled at me, he never laid a hand on me.
Yeah, you're right. He's a good man. He's a good man. He did give me 600 gold. And,
You said
You know.
300 the first time.
oh, right. Yeah, you're right. It was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was the first time, the 300. I didn't tell him I was dead after that one. I just went back and had to ask for 300 more.
So it's still 300.
Yeah.
Insight. Natural 1.
Natural.
Hard to read.
Yeah.
Hard to read.
There it is. There's
Hard
the
to
one.
read. But anyway, he comes over and gives you a big hug, and I got to get going for real. And
I take him by both shoulders and say, "Do not die. Goodbye."
well, I don't. Okay, bye. And he goes walking out. He's heading toward the river, and you're heading toward the gate. You make it back, and you guys see Garrick come walking up, not knowing where in the hell he went. But
There you are.
yeah.
Here I am.
Where'd you run off to?
You went and saw Poth, didn't you?
I had to pee.
Went Poth, P. Same, close enough.
Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do before leaving?
Oh, when I saw my old master, one of the people I trained with, Harley, gnome woman, she apparently went out to the Pastor's Hollow. No, went missing. So I gotta look for her while we're out
The
there.
name was Harley.
Yeah.
Hurley.
Hurley.
Hirli.
Hurley.
Hurley. Apparently she read a book about the hollow tree in Pastor's Hollow. Apparently there's old wise tale you get 5.
Do I know anything
Twigs.
about this? Is this related to any religion or folklore?
History or religion check from whoever wants to do that. If any of you guys are talking together, you can roll with advantage. If someone wants to aid you.
You want to give me advantage?
I'll aid you since
Sure.
I'm telling you the story.
Please.
On what?
The hollow tree.
That'd be 15.
Okay.
15. So what you would know about the hollow tree is it is referred to as the heart of Pastor's Hollow, where all the life of the forest originated from. That's just kind of the lore about it that you would
And-
get after a 15.
I'm
I
gonna
relay
go.
that.
And apparently if you get 5 twigs from
You're
the
gonna go
tree,
do what?
something happens to you.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Sure, you head back over. You start walking off to the Round Troll.
Where the hell are you
Why are
going?
you...
You guys got boring. You're just standing there.
We had to wait on him.
This is plot development.
You go walking. You get to the Round Troll. Your friend's behind you, just looking at you, wondering what you're doing. What'd you
Is
like to
buddy
do?
in there?
Talathor? So you look in and you don't see Talathor. But as you go to head back toward the gate, you do hear his heavy breathing and mumbling to himself as he's walking down. Didn't take him too long to run up to the castle and come back, so. I killed a dragon.
I killed
Hey,
the dragon.
Talathor, tell me about your adventures in the trees by our homelands.
Gwenn.
Oh, shush it.
Gwenn.
There's not a long distance between the gate and the tavern. So you guys are in shouting distance. Oh, what are you referring to?
She's referring to Pastor's Hollow.
You yell.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
she's
talking about
referring to the
Pastor's Hollow.
Pastor's Hollow, is she?
Yeah.
You want to know a story about Pastor's Hollow, do you?
Yeah. Come over here to talk about it.
I think
By the
it's time
gods.
we get on our way.
Well, he doesn't have a walking stick, but he's heading that way.
I'm literally sitting in the carriage, like holding the reins, like.
About
Where
3
are you?
minutes later, he gets up to the side of the wagon.
I'm sitting in the
What
back
is it you'd
cross-legged.
like to know about the Pastor's Hollow?
I'm stacking on
Exactly.
green beans
Yeah, you're eating some green beans.
with my fingers.
Know anything about the tree inside Pastor's Hollow? The heart?
I know that we don't go through the forest anymore now. A lot of dead things, dead brush.
Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Like, dead and comes back to life. Well, I wouldn't know about that. It's dead.
I'm not really a plant kind of guy.
No, me neither.
16.
Not a plant dwarf. Yeah, I mean, he seems to be telling the truth. You're not getting anything weird vibes or anything from him. Last time I was in the mountains, I heard some of the young ones had ventured down into the Pastor's Hollow, down toward the center, and they didn't come back.
Oh, okay.
We just were straying away from the center of the forest and as far away from the hollow tree as you can, because it seems like everything close to it's dying.
Huh. Okay, well, that's all.
Why?
No reason. All right, let's go, guys.
We like
Fine.
tails.
I walk into the wagon.
We like tails.
Yeah, we like your tails.
I could tell you about the time I killed 2 dragons.
Ah,
We need
As
to
you
catch
guys
up
are
on that
climbing
one
up
next
into the
time.
wagon, he just starts
Cast
toppling on.
thaumaturgy on the ground where he's standing and make it tremble.
Oh, say, Talithol, would you like to join us?
He's like jumping around looking for danger. On what?
Well, we're going to Pastor's Hollow.
We're going on a trip in our favorite pirate ship.
Like, you going home, Gwenn?
No.
Well, where are you going in Pastor's Hollow?
Well, to the hollow tree.
You're fucking mad. Why? What am I supposed to tell the chief if you're dead whenever he gets here?
that she's dead.
We're on an
Come
adventure.
into
We're
the
not gonna
tree.
die. Sheesh.
So he kind of comes up and puts his big dwarfen hand on your shoulder and pulls you in to whisper in your ear. You know your promise to Silverthumb. If you go dying, he's going to be pissed.
Hey, everybody's gotta have adventures.
Roll
But I
perception
promise,
check.
do you mean I'm forced to marry this man?
I can read lips too, so
Mhm.
it's 21.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you catch most of that.
What's he gonna do to her if she's dead?
I don't
that
know.
was a close one.
I mean,
Just be careful, all right?
Yep.
Come back in one piece. Watch out for the dragons and all that. There's no
Right
dragons,
on.
I'm shitting you. Do what?
How many have you killed again?
Lots. And he like looks toward the ground waiting for it to shake.
all right, let's go, Camren.
It's like Pinocchio, but with thaumaturgy instead.
I cast thaumaturgy and make the ground shake.
Shit.
And then as he's doing that, as soon as I see everybody's on the carriage, I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, I was like, plot development.
You guys get up into the wagon.
I just want to shit around Grayhalt a
Get
little bit more.
the horses going, and you guys are making your way now south along the trade road, heading for the old bridge. Let's go ahead and take a break.